You probably have a folder on your desktop right now.
Oh, I definitely do.
It's just full of dense PDFs and saved market reports.
Yeah.
You know, it's packed with links you promised yourself you'd read.
Yeah, let's be honest here. It's basically a digital graveyard.
You're hoarding knowledge you never actually planned to consume. But what if you could take that exact messy folder today?
You mean just drop it right into an AI tool?
Exactly. And in the time it takes to brew coffee, you let an AI compress it into a polished video, 60 seconds long. Welcome to this deep dive.
Today we're exploring a practical guide on NotebookLM.
Specifically, we're looking at how to master their video creation feature. We'll unpack how the AI actually processes your inputs.
And we'll explore why hyperfocus is the true secret to quality here.
We'll walk through the exact framework to prompt the AI, and we'll discuss the realistic limits you need to navigate.
It's a genuinely fascinating evolution of the tool. We're moving way beyond simple text summaries here.
Right, this technology totally shifts how we interact with our own notes. But it requires a very specific approach to work properly. Let's start right there with the core mechanics.
Yeah, most of us know NotebookLM is great for text synthesis. You upload your sources and you chat with your documents.
But this new video overview feature is doing something fundamentally different. So what's the AI actually trying to accomplish with our sources here?
It's trying to act as a multimedia synthesizer. You can upload your PDFs, your rough notes, or your links. The AI then takes all of that unstructured material and it attempts to transform it into a cohesive visual explanation.
So you choose the short format.
It generates a vertical video. It's roughly 60 seconds long. It features a synthesized voiceover, on-screen text, and motion graphics. The AI isn't just summarizing your text anymore. It's directing a tiny, self-contained educational film.
Well, it's not just stacking data together. It's acting more like a director casting a screenplay. It has to decide which specific data point gets the lead role. It has to choose what fits into that 60-second window.
That's a much better way to look at it. It's a casting director with a very strict time limit. And that brings us to the biggest trap people fall into. The guide heavily warns against the trap of broadness.
People tend to upload 20 different research papers at once. Then they ask the AI to summarize the entire notebook.
Right, they want dozens of complex documents squeezed into one short clip.
It's like trying to fit a whole encyclopedia onto a single sticky note.
Beat.
It just becomes a blur. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. I always want the AI to capture absolutely everything at once.
Oh, for sure. There's a sunk cost fallacy when you do research.
Yeah, you spent hours reading, so you want all that effort represented. But wait, isn't the whole promise of AI that it's a mind reader?
Well, no.
If I have to spend 20 minutes perfectly engineering my prompt, if I have to manually narrow down my 50 pages of notes, haven't I just lost the time the AI was supposed to save me?
That's a very common frustration, but it misunderstands the tool. Large language models suffer from something called attention dilution. When you feed an AI 50 pages and demand a 60-second summary, the AI's internal attention mechanism tries to assign equal weight to everything.
It tries to honor all of your uploaded documents at once.
Exactly. And because it tries to highlight every single concept equally, it essentially flatlines.
It lacks the human intuition to know what we care about most. Yeah. It doesn't know which specific angle solves our current problem.
Precisely. It comes down to the strict 60-second time constraint of the video. The AI touches on 30 different ideas in 1 minute, but it gives absolutely none of them enough space to breathe.
Because it rushes through everything, it explains nothing deeply.
The viewer doesn't actually learn anything new from the video. They just get a rapid-fire list of generalized buzzwords. It feels incredibly thin, generic, and entirely forgettable.
We all want the machine to validate our reading time. But trading breadth for focus is the only way this works. You have to give NotebookLM one single, incredibly clear job.
You have to pick one useful idea from your massive notebook. You have to let the rest of the research fade into the background.
So why exactly does the AI fail so hard when we give it a broad topic?
Because its attention mechanism gets diluted by too many competing facts, leaving no room to actually explain the core logic of any single idea.
So fewer ideas mean much stronger, more memorable takeaways for the viewer.
That's the golden rule you have to follow.
Let's talk about what this looks like in practice, because we have to enforce this focus practically. Instead of just reading a manual, let's build a narrative.
Yeah, let's walk through the 4-step process outlined in the guide.
Say I have a massive 50-page PDF on AI automation. My first instinct is just to dump the whole thing in. But the guide clearly warns against doing that.
Right, because dumping everything creates that attention dilution we just discussed. The actual creation process requires a much more disciplined approach. First, you have to be absolutely ruthless with your source set.
You open your notebook and look at your uploaded materials.
You must actively remove anything that doesn't support your specific angle.
It can feel painful to delete perfectly good research from the prompt. But you're saying contradictory information literally breaks the video.
It does break the video. If your notebook mixes too many different conflicting angles, say the technical architecture of AI mixed with HR hiring policies, the AI attempts to reconcile those entirely different themes.
The final script becomes confused, disjointed, and far too broad.
Once you prune your sources, you move to the studio panel. This is where you actually select the video overview feature, and the guide heavily recommends starting with the short format.
Because the short format forces rapid comprehension. It forces you, as the creator, to focus on one takeaway.
And that brings us to the actual prompting sandbox. You can't just type a simple title and hit enter. This is where you actually stew the ship.
The guide provides a very specific prompt formula to use. It requires 4 distinct elements to function correctly.
You must define your topic and your target audience. Then you must define a specific focus and your main goal.
Let's ground this in a very specific example. We're using my massive AI automation notebook. The broad topic is simply AI automation.
But your focus topic is AI automation ROI in 2026.
That gives the AI a distinct financial lens and a timeline.
Notice how much narrower that instantly becomes. Then you must explicitly define your exact target audience. For this example, your audience is business owners and founders.
These are people who care deeply about return on investment. They don't care about the underlying code structure.
Then we set the specific focus for the video itself. We tell the AI to focus on workflow design and measurable business outcomes.
The source documents mention complex concepts like agentic workflows, BEAT, AI systems that make decisions and act entirely on their own.
We want the AI to highlight those mechanics specifically for founders.
That's a perfectly engineered prompt. You've given the AI a very tight, highly constrained sandbox.
It no longer needs to explain the entire history of automation. It just needs to prove why this tech is worth the investment today.
How much does specifying the target audience actually change the AI's internal output logic?
It totally shifts the AI's latent space mapping for word selection. By defining the audience as founders, it prioritizes vocabulary like margins and efficiency over technical jargon.
Basically, you're giving the AI a strict job description to strictly follow.
And that's how you avoid a generic video. You watch the first version to see if it followed those instructions. It's an iterative process of tweaking and tuning that prompt. Sponsor.
So before the break, we locked in our perfectly engineered prompt. But now we need to decide where this video is actually going to live. We need to navigate the different formats the tool offers.
And more importantly, we need to understand the technology's current boundaries. NotebookLM offers 3 distinct format options right now.
First, you have the short format we just explored. It's a vertical 60-second video designed for high focus.
Then you have the cinematic format.
That one implies something a bit more dramatic. It sounds like a mini documentary unfolding on your screen.
It's definitely more expansive. It creates longer, immersive stories with far more visual depth. It gives the AI room to explain complex, multi-layered timelines. It allows for more B-roll and a slower pacing.
Finally, you have the explainer format.
This is a highly structured, narrated overview for simple teaching. It's a horizontal video perfect for internal team sharing.
If you're listening to this and thinking, well, I don't make TikToks, why do I care about generating a vertical short video?
Right. The point here is not necessarily about gaining social media clout. It's about rapid internal comprehension for your own team.
It's about sending a 60-second brief to your marketing department instead of sending them a 20-page document they will never read.
That's a phenomenal use case. It's perfect for turning dry research notes into digestible memos. It's great for explaining complex data trends or quarterly charts.
Whoa, beat. Imagine turning weeks of messy, complex research into a polished cinematic story while you eat lunch.
It's incredible.
2-sec silence. It is genuinely mind-bending to think about where this is heading. But we do have to talk about the harsh realities. This technology is powerful, but it's not entirely perfect yet.
The guide is very transparent about the current limitations. First, the actual video generation process is highly compute-intensive. It's not instantaneous like a simple text chat.
It can sometimes take over 30 minutes to render a single video.
The AI is simultaneously generating audio, slicking visuals, and timing animations.
You can't just sit there watching a loading bar. You have to initiate the process and walk away. You let the servers do the heavy lifting in the background.
Exactly. It requires a bit of patience. Second, the AI's handling of personal data has strict boundaries. The output can often feel a bit generic or overly polished.
It lacks that deeply human, lived-in texture. It can't replicate your specific sense of humor or timing.
It really can't. And finally, the visual style can get repetitive fairly quickly. The AI pulls from a finite pool of visual templates and styles.
If you generate a dozen videos, they'll start looking very similar. The motion graphics and text animations follow predictable patterns.
It's a known constraint of the current system.
If the visual style gets repetitive, how should creators actually use these videos for their public brands?
You shouldn't just hit publish blindly. You must treat the AI output as a powerful first draft, meaning you still need to verify facts and manually edit the footage to match your specific brand voice.
Treat it as a solid first draft, then edit it yourself before publishing.
That's the most responsible and effective way to use it. You leverage the AI for synthesis, but you remain the final editor.
Let's pull this entire deep dive together for you. We've explored the mechanics of NotebookLM video creation today. The ultimate takeaway is that this tool is a powerful synthesizer.
But it's absolutely not a mind reader. The quality of your video relies entirely on your input.
It's a direct reflection of your own clarity. If your input is chaotic, your output will be chaotic.
You can't just dump a massive folder of PDFs and expect gold. You must aggressively prune your source set first.
You have to remove the contradictory angles that cause attention dilution. Then you need a highly specific, very narrow prompt.
You define the topic, the audience, the focus, and the goal. That specific equation equals a clear, deeply engaging video.
It creates content that your team or your audience can actually understand. You just have to give the AI one single, clear job to execute.
Mastering that focus constraint is the true secret here.
We want to encourage you to actually test this workflow today. Open up NotebookLM on your computer. Find that messy folder of links you've been ignoring.
Take one small, single idea from that digital graveyard. Try generating a 60-second short video for yourself.
Just to experience how the AI attempts to synthesize your own thoughts.
It's a profound moment when you see it work, watching your static notes suddenly become a structured visual narrative.
It truly is. Beat, beat. But I want to leave you with a final thought today, a lingering question to ponder as we wrap up this exploration.
What's on your mind?
If every dense PDF and sprawling research paper can now be instantly distilled, if all complex information becomes highly engaging 60-second vertical videos, how will this fundamentally change the way our human brains process information?
That's a massive shift to consider.
Will we eventually lose the cognitive patience to sit with deep, complex texts? Or will this constant summarization just free up our mental bandwidth? Will it allow us to tackle even bigger, more complex problems in the future? 2-sec silence. Thanks for joining us. Out to your own music.